Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to create something different this time. We will dive deep into this journey we've been on. For 9 months I've been posting on YouTube and taking producing seriously. So let's reflect back how it's going on, and maybe it can help you also to figure out how you can reflect and continue your journey. If you're new here, hi, my name is Victoria. I've been in a journey of creating my first album since I was 19, but I started to produce myself to help myself in this journey to actually make it work for myself. Since I haven't found anyone to work it out, I had to rely on myself. I'm on a journey creating my first album now myself. I've been learning producing for 9 months for now through YouTube, and by sharing you what I'm learning and doing at the same time, I'm seeing you everyone joining the group in Discord. Really happy to have you here. So if you're also an artist who wants to collaborate, speak with people, share your struggles, and maybe we can also, or I can help you with finding your way to figure out how you can pursue your music, then feel free to join the group. Let's chat a little. Let's find the best way for you. It's a Discord group, Biggest Art Collective, totally free. You can chat there, share your music, and find new friends, hopefully. So let's get started and left to our long 9 months. Let's look back in our weekly reflection. I will of course usually do a daily reflection in my journal, but I think this time it's nice to reflect back. I did have last week a little emotional rally, so it was emotionally hard. Like you saw, my last video is about feeling sad, and I tried to push through it, and I didn't want to make something that's really advanced because I feel like I wasn't in a place to grow. I actually even filmed it on another day when I planned to film it, but I feel like the important thing from that is always continuing and going forward and still choosing to believe in yourself. What we did is we spent a lot of time learning different styles. You can see I also tried a lot of cool artists joining my group, and I'm really glad to meet a lot of people in different styles. I feel like that's so awesome because that gives you different perspectives, gives you new opinions and ways to grow your music to something unique. Actually, throughout this month, I watched few YouTube videos about learn the keys, how the scales work in piano. I feel like it's so important. As I was talking also in my videos, usually about I think where we stop usually why the music is not growing sometimes and it's hard to do it is because we stop growing. And I feel like I have made myself also challenge all the time to find something new, to learn something new all the time. And that's why I feel like I made this challenge for ourselves, and it's been really rewarding and important because I learned a lot of skills. And thanks to this, I was able to finish a song first time finally. I think this is my biggest achievement because at first I couldn't even produce anything. I was able to layer stuff, and I feel like that was the hardest part for me, to layer each sound, because I still find it hard and I still need to learn. Each song has their own special, sounds, but I feel like at some point you will get it, but sometimes you don't, and each song is so special. It's kind of annoying, it's oh, why can't I just nail it, but you're sometimes you can nail it and sometimes you just can't figure it out. And that's why we need sometimes to step away or come back to do it again. I feel like it's so important to reflect also these past few weeks, not just a week, because I feel like these were the more defining moments for me, to realize that I can actually finish a song, and a lot of the things are actually in my head. I think that was a huge thing for me. I think it's important to know when you need a break and when you actually need to go on, but I feel like most likely for me is I feel a sense of success or at least achievement when I do something that I planned. And I feel like that is huge because you promised yourself you're doing something and then you're not. Okay, there are certain circumstances when you're sick, but my question is always how long does it take, or how long do you want this cycle to continue? You giving yourself excuses to not do something you truly care about. I feel like that was a good defining moment, and I've heard these things actually show if you're fighting for a dream or not. And I feel like you should be fighting for your dream, and you deserve to enjoy it. You deserve to live in it and actually feel feel alive in it. Before I go to the next session, I want to tell this part that don't define just 1 week with the whole thing. I feel like if you've been doing 9 months or however long, something a month, you've been showing up, you're good. One time missing, totally fine. But when it's repeatedly done action that you missed every time, then you have a pattern, then you have a way you can solve it. And maybe there's a blockage, maybe there's something you need to work on internally, because that's what I do. I always work internally to be okay with some other things. We're gonna go to the next reflections and then I will talk more about it. Before we move on to 9-month progress, what I've made so far on YouTube, we're gonna look back a little for a month and to look how the May overall has made me feel and what lessons I learned, because I feel like these are so huge lessons and perhaps that's something you need to hear. And I'm gonna just open my notebook. My notebook looks crazy. I know, but I love stickers, you know. I really do love different stickers, and this is a little broken one, but it's okay, we're artists, right? So I'm gonna share you my lessons. Okay. Show up even if it feels hard. Do it anyways. There are no perfect answers, but there are decisions that decide your outcome. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. What I was talking before. If I wouldn't show up in that time, if I will be like, oh, let me skip that week I promised myself to post a video, then I will feel bad. What we focus and what we give the power, we need to kind of choose carefully what we focus on. So what I'm trying to say is like, what you focus kind of makes it a reality. Like everything highlights that. If you focus on like, oh my god, I didn't show up, oh I can't do this, oh let me just, you know, it's always excuses. Then you focus on excuses. But when you focus on, okay, let me just make concrete plan, let me show up, then you focus on only improvements and only focus on, oh what's good, then you're gonna make more good. Of course, like notice the bad stuff you need to learn and redo, that's cool. Doing things to receive is a dead end. Doing things for bigger reason is an endless giving of inspiration. And that's what I found a lot in social media. You know, I've been posting everywhere. It's been a journey and I've grown somehow as a person also. I always grow because I want to grow, but it's also about that I feel like I showed up finally and I gave myself a chance to be raw and weird, which I was really afraid of. I was afraid of showing myself. But if you think of your career or stuff or your character and you see like this is your way and maybe this challenge is for you to overcome. So now I'm here overcoming all of my fears and showing myself online and you name it. Don't negotiate yourself out of greatness. If you need to do more, do more. And I think that's what I have wanted to hear, because everyone is saying, yeah, rest, you deserve it, girl, you deserve it. No, don't negotiate yourself out where you promised yourself you would do it. You will feel better after you do it, and that truly worked for me. If I'm like, okay, I did my best, I'm trying my hardest, I feel good at the end of the day, you know? I have this one question I ask every day. I even added it to my Instagram. I was like, what is one thing I do every day that's gonna make this day feel like I succeeded? We can do so many other things in our lives and then we forgot what actually mattered and we feel like our day was so bad, but at least we did something we promised. And I feel like that helps me to keep on going. I don't need to do everything, but I know that if I do this one thing, I'm gonna be great. If it's your character and if it makes you happy, I feel like there's no wrongdoing of doing the things you love and that make you feel alive. This one was a huge because either you let your dopamine or stimulation control you, or you set boundaries and make systems that actually help you. I feel like we're in this social media world where we're so searching for something to stimulate our brain. Either we eat sugar, we drink, or whatever we do, it's just to get. And I feel like that's been something I've been noticing since I'm like sober for long, and 2 years almost now. And I feel like that has woken me up to understand how many addictions we have and how much we kind of hide into it. We can't just be. And I feel like that's a real challenge as a human, especially in this world where we always have to have something, some sound and anything. And I feel like I want to be person okay being in the forest, although I can't be it because I'm scared of insects. You know, I just made a song about crawling stuff from my last video, so like I'm working on that. Live by a little happier is a choice. Let me explain a little. I can't just give you the quotes and just say like, you know, this is how I learned. I have to like explain. What I mean is live by happier is a choice. I feel like we choose, even you I know you might not agree with me now, but listen up, just open your mind a little. But I feel like we make choices every day, and if I stopped saying to myself I'm having a bad day because of certain things happening, I started to see a bigger picture. I'm just having moments where things don't serve me or make me unease, and I'm not gonna name like the whole day or week it was so bad or horrible. Yeah, I was saying yes, I didn't have the best week, but it's the reality of it, how my emotions were, but the reality of a perspective of not having emotion of it. If you look at it in a really neutral perspective, you understand somehow your mind kind of chooses it. It's your comfort zone to feel it, and that's why I say what you focus on kind of comes around and kind of is what's going on with the head. I have like really strong morning routine that helps me, and I have like this and positive sayings to myself, because I know my mind is really negative. I had years on really bad self-esteem, so like I know I need to say something good to myself in the morning, and when I do it every time I can feel like the shift. Like even if I wake up crowy, even if I wake up you know, and even if I wake up like that, and when I do my meditation and I say those words and stuff, they help me because I'm giving myself compliment, you know, and they give me like this boost I need, because I give it to myself in the morning so I can be good with other people. But that's why I say it's also your choice to find things for yourself that make you happier. And if you don't know what makes you happy and what actually helps you to get better, then I feel like you should be going to the journey. And we need a little hope in this world. I truly think we need, otherwise we're so in our bubbles, feel alone and lost, and we barely don't know what to do in our lives. But if we encourage that, hey, go out and try something. Okay, this one is really good. Feel free to be lost in your 20s. Perfect time to test stuff. And I feel like I've seen it and I really needed to hear it, because I've been like, oh my god, but they're like people who are already millionaires in their 20s, like 23-year-old, and I'm already, you know, older, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so bad. But it's like, this is just comparison. It's gonna be there. I have a video about it more deeper, how I'm talking like how I look at comparison now. I feel like that's a reminder for anyone, and even when you're 30, 40, I feel like you can still make music, as my purpose is to help people just be in music free, not to take it as always like, oh, I need to be famous. It's more than that. Music is part of life, music is part of humans, and I feel like we can just experience it, create it freely without thinking we need to be famous necessary, you know. So this is my 9-month upgrade in progress. Looking back, actually 9 months where I was, I think I made a lot of progress, because action wise I really proven myself I can do it. If I look at my producing in the beginning and now, I've grown so much, and I'm like so grateful that like I found also people who support me along the way, and the more I have like exposed myself and overcome like the thing of social media, because I was so afraid to show myself, because I was like, oh my god, what do I even show? Like I don't even know how to film, you know. Like I know how to film, I know some stuff from there and there, you know, learning and studying and you name it. And that's why I feel like it's so huge thing. I think this part is really for the people who are afraid to show their art, who are afraid to speak their mind, who are afraid to just be themselves. And I feel like I've been afraid, and each month that comes by, the more I start posting in Instagram and anywhere in social media, I really overcome my fear of that. I mean, you don't have to, but the thing is, what your goal with music, what's your goal, and what's the purpose of where you want to lay your stuff out. Like I feel like I always think about that. I also talked about it before. Like how I like to think and how I like to make it more purposeful for myself and actually enjoy it along the way. I think one thing that has really helped me to show up every Monday and post a video is a schedule. A lot of people don't want to hear like boring stuff like that. But if you schedule stuff and actually do it, it's gonna work. And sometimes I was like, but I don't really like to work late nights. I like to relax, you know. I want to just, you know, watch something and, you know, think of nothing. But I'm like, it's so important sometimes if you see your lack of time, or sometimes just give yourself time to do it. Just do it a little bit. That's my kind of rule. And whenever I get in the middle of editing, like, oh my god, why did I do such a video? I'm like gonna think like, hey, I had a purpose, I had a meaning. I'm gonna just finish it and continue it on the next day, just to add few stuff. Some videos you can see like, okay, I've edited a lot and done more stuff than the other videos because I felt like that, and I feel like I do everything with my real feeling, like, but also I can't always rely on feelings, okay? And I think like that's the thing about schedules, really showing up for yourself, believing in yourself that you're worth it. It comes from that. So if you're lacking that, you're not gonna show up, you're not gonna do the things you promised yourself, and you're just gonna feel bad of yourself in your life, that oh, I don't know, nothing is going my way. This is the moment I feel like it's time to actually see what is holding you back. Like, is it some emotional wound or anything? There is a way you can move forward with this feeling, because I always try to like look back and understand, if this feeling is not serving me and it's from my past, let me see what I can do now to prove myself otherwise. This is about beliefs. When it comes to music, I learned keys, scales, how to stack instruments. Still need to learn that. I refresh some memories because I played violin when I was younger, and I learned a little bit, you know, all of that scales and piano stuff, all of that chords and stuff. I learned about it before, but just needed to refresh. Like, when certain notes go somewhere, it's always good to refresh your mind. Definitely I need to practice more. I was actually able to do, like I said, one full song. I was so surprised. I was like, how did I do it? It was just a flow. It was just something, I sit on it and I did it. Actually 2 days ago I had really interesting reflection session. I always look for something to like adapt myself and get better, as I said, without growth, without choosing to grow or learn. You need to learn something and, you know, really point out your mistakes sometimes and be like, but don't be like cruel, okay? Just be like, okay, I'm lacking this, so let me look for more answers. You know, it was really hard for my ego that, oh my god, I need to learn more about how to write better lyrics. I'm like genuinely grateful I overcame that, because I was writing songs for like, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years, and I was like, oh my god, how can I not know how to write when I've been writing so long? We always have something to learn. The moment I realized, oh, I am holding myself back, that's the moment I was like, okay, let me go look it up. Let me just learn more. Let me see how others do, what you liked as a child and what you knew, and how you can build your new structure to make yourself unique, to produce something that's you. I feel like that's been it, because I understand now. I produce better when I produce intentionally. It's easier to stack instruments when you know your sounds and things that matter to you as an artist, and you know, like how this certain instrument is telling a story or conveying the message or emotion you want to tell. I feel like that's something huge for me. I've been trying to like maneuver and understand like what sounds are for me, so I'm like on a journey of that. So let me know if you would like to also do some deep reflection with me. I can share. So we need to also look at in our reflection always like what we could improve, like what could have gone better. And for me it's definitely like, I think I did release, you know, this on my own song this year. I mixed it myself first time and everything, and I feel like I still need to learn this stuff, you know, to refresh the stuff. Like, I did a few courses online, like some free ones I found, and I did like some mixing and stuff and looked at it. But now I feel like it's important to go through them all and remind yourself, as I said, there's always something to learn. Mixing and mastering, definitely need to look at it. Overall, we're on a good track. 9 months has showed me I can do it. Like, action truly shows how much you love yourself. Each time choosing to take action, what you promise yourself, truly, I can't stress enough how much I want to like talk about that. Oh my god, yeah, it's really that. You make a plan and you're just gonna try it out, and of course reflect. I think reflection is so important. We forgot to do it. We just do music, but we didn't look back. Okay, actually I should focus on this. And that's the part when you reflect, you're gonna be like, I should learn about them more. Because if you don't reflect, you're just gonna like do, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe the end. But if you actually look into your music and you reflect like, okay, I need this, that, and now I can actually make a plan for it, okay? Plan. And I think that's really huge thing for growth in general, in anything. If you want to get out of this mediocrity, or you want to get out of the similarity, you want to actually elevate yourself. I can't believe I forgot to share this, that actually like my first song in my album, Shy Girl, has found its new form. I have changed it. It's the video I made, like, you know, about singing, making a new vocals for my song, and this is the song. Pretty much I kept similar thing, but now I have built it with a little help with someone more instrument, made it more piano based, which I'm happy. But now I'm thinking to add some special stuff, and hopefully I will find someone who will mix and master and perhaps help me to figure out the drums if they ever fit there, because the song is so like a ballad and chill like, so I'm just gonna like think about it. But I feel like we're getting somewhere, so maybe I'll be soon. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. It's not my goal yet to release that song, but it's like, it's on the way there finally, after like countless tries and 1,000 times getting crazy with it. I know this video is super long, but it's all about value, giving to you also to share the process, how albums take time and how crazy they are, and even after learning all of that, you're still not making maybe the music ready, but let's keep our fingers crossed, we can do it. I really wanted to show the project I made that I was feeling so proud, because I was like, oh my god, I really have grown. So if you look at now my like FL Studio, you're like, oh my god, so many layers, because I learned stuff, you know, I finally can do it. I feel like this is so crazy. It's still on like beginning phase, but this is the song I think I will be releasing, since I feel like this is really me, this is really vibing, this is like my type of beat, and I really hope that you like it. But if you don't like it, then you know, I'm okay, because I'm kind of like, it's kind of personal to me, because this is the song I was able to produce myself beginning to end, and I was like, oh my god. So yeah, but of course now I'm helping, one of my friends is helping me to finish this, and we're gonna clean it, make some ear candies, some special stuff in it, which is also a new thing for me. Okay, I knew there's special stuff in producing, but I was like, it just felt too much to my head. But I'm like, okay, I have a lot of ideas. So this is a little snippet of the song. After this, it's like a talking part, and then the whole song is about self-esteem in a metaphor of like a pearl hidden underneath the ocean. Just how I feel about it. So you're asking, what is next, Victoria? And why you keep at JD Places? Because it is what it is. I'm gonna share you my Notion, so you're gonna just look at my Notion now. Okay, let's imagine there's a Notion. There is a Notion. I use Notion for planning my days and stuff, to organize my ideas, because you can have a lot of ideas, but if you don't put them on a paper, if you don't plan them out, it's gonna make chaos. So let me take my computer. But I section things with big projects. So I have like release a song, it's one of my goals, and change my personal website, you know, the Silent Dream. And yeah, my 4-month challenge, which is like get first sales, because I'm also doing a business. And I want to share you like why it's really good. I want to share why it's really good to section them, because if you section something, like you can add like steps to get it. And I feel like we often get so overwhelmed how much we have to do, but if we actually write them out, I feel like it makes me feel at ease. It makes me feel like I can do it. I'm like, okay, I can put this in here. If you have a work, you're gonna be like, okay, I work 8 to 5. Okay, maybe I can squeeze in something. Maybe you'll have more chill work. Oh, I can do 10 minutes this thing. And I feel like that's already win-win, win, you know, for you because you were able to see it. And I feel like that's why scheduling, planning, and seeing the things in front of you can really help you to reach your goals better. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Find a person, mix and master, because this time I want something professional. I'm not there yet, but I want a good song. So if that matters to me, I have to delegate and to trust people and also give someone a chance. Record new, fresh, clean vocals. That's gonna be in the end. But yeah, I already planned in my week. I'm gonna show you my week. So you can see my week looks kind of crazy. But yeah, my week also has like my other steps. I put like how to earn money as an artist. That's something I am curious about, like what are the different sources. I need to do more research and what I'm more comfortable to do. I'm also a guest of that. And then you can see Wednesday there is Add Ear Candy. This is the song I just showed you. So I'm gonna try to add a ear candy, sing something, and let's see how it will grow. So the future action plan is definitely also learning, mixing, and mastering again. I don't know, I hope I will figure out with my money situation and stuff and either go to work or try to figure out my business a little bit more. Next update will be, I don't know when, whenever you want. Maybe you don't want my updates, but I feel like it's also important to like show what's actually going on, like what I'm struggling as an artist. So here is your encouragement. If you've been wanting to do YouTube or share your progress and you feel like your music is not heard, then perhaps you need more exposure. You need to show yourself, you know, you need to put yourself out there, and maybe that's your challenge. And if you want your music to be heard, you need to show yourself, okay? Nobody knows where the music is. I hope this video helps you to reflect deep into your music, your progress, and helps you and motivates you to continue, because at the beginning I had only 20 views each video, maybe 60 on my first video, but that was it. And then it was 100. I was so happy. I was like, oh, 100 people, you know. And I like to imagine always like if it's 100 people in my room, like I will be so overwhelmed. So like even now looking like every video is getting at least 100 views is really good. It means like I have expanded myself. I have actually found a way to style my videos. I'm still not there because I'm filming my phone. Hopefully one day I can do with a camera. But for now, we have accepted the fate of our phone or fate of our storage and everything, you name it. Let me know what are your musical goals this month. Thank you so much for everyone or whoever has been looking at me. I've seen your DMs. I've seen people like reaching me out and saying, Victoria, you're doing so good. Your compliments mean the world to me. They really boost me and help me to continue to spread some happiness, enjoyment of music, and really spread my message, what I want to do, because I felt like I'm just a girl in a little tiny part of the world, and sometimes our voice is so silent and no one hears it, but I can see that my light and my message really matters to people. That's why I think yours matters too. So I want you to go out there, show yourself. If you liked this video and you feel inspired and you want to learn more what I do and how I cope with emotions, then you can see the last session where I was sad and I was making music. Until next Monday, thank you, bye.